Galaxy.
Yeah, mine's showing the other one never changed.
We're live.
We are live. Hello, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of MK Potcast. Sorry for the delay. Had some technical difficulties. My mic, I'm Mike, but my microphone and camera went rogue. So, Canna Queen, how are you tonight?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm fucking exhausted and
That
ecstatic
too,
and
but that's
excited
normal
and
for us.
yeah, it's been a crazy couple years, but the past couple weeks have been insane. We want to let you guys know that we have an amazing show for you, some amazing announcements. They're actually beyond profound on the level of what it entitles, but oh, I don't know where the message went, unless it showed and I can't see it. Uh-oh, I'm frozen.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
no,
so
you're not.
I got some crazy lag over here from whatever it was doing to me earlier, so hopefully it doesn't affect everybody else. I went to show JD or JYD's message and it doesn't show up.
It
Oh, there
works.
it goes. It works there.
Yeah.
I didn't see it beforehand, so and
Yeah, it didn't work.
I still see the international open call and pre-screen application background. I don't see the purple one, so I'll be
It
sure to
definitely
let.
shows purple.
Yeah, yours is
Let me double
purple.
check the Twitter real quick. It's purple on Twitter, so we're good.
All right, cool. We're good. I just
Yeah.
jacked up one of this end, so I'll let StreamYard know. But yeah. So we've got an amazing artist, some amazing news. Uh, what's up, Chris Buddha? How are you? Uh,
Hey,
we
Chris.
have orchestrated the power of the plant and leveraged relationships. And tonight, Canna Queen, we get the first ever uh, NFT artist, is digital artist, combination of physical artists into the Florence Biennale. Which I'm gonna go ahead. I made a banner for this because we want people to be able to see what it is, and hopefully, there we go. Florence Biennales. So the Florence Biennales is the Biennales in general are a some art collections that are shown, and they happen all over the globe. The Florence Biennale is the most prestigious and elite grouping of artists in the world, and we have been able to coordinate relationships with amazing artists, and now created an inbounding and onboarding for digital and NFT artists that have physical art, because a lot of artists in the world, they don't just start with AI and things like that or digital art. They actually merged into it from being artists and sculptors and painters and all these other things. So they've recognized the power of blockchain. They've recognized the capabilities that they can do to continue their art and make the impact. And now we get to hear from Amanda here of Wild World of Dragons about how's it feel, how'd she get here, and what are her plans. So I'd like to introduce you guys to Amanda Marshall. She is the founder and creator of Wild World of Dragons, and yeah, she's a history maker. So we are now involved right now with the first broadcast of this announcement of the first artist ever at an NFT level to come in this way into the Florence Biennales. And welcome, Amanda. How are you?
Hello, and thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here and be a part of all of this, and very honored that my dragons and I get to help represent the whole NFT and crypto world, and that this is just a new level of art that anybody can, that any a physical artist can utilize in their full circle of building up their art and their brand and their creations. So really is just an honor to be here with everyone and so excited to be invited to the Biennale. I'm just I'm still reeling a bit from the news, I'd say.
No,
And
and I
there's
real quick on the before we go to the dragons. I know you're going to get into. We're going to hear all about them. I just wanted to for the people watching the Florence Biennale. I gave a little bit about it as from an artist perspective, like you being inducted in it. Can you tell us about the Florence Biennale and what that means?
So it's actually been quite amazing to me. So I have been so focused on my art. Us artists can get a little focused and deep dive into creativity. And I really wasn't super aware of the whole culture of art out everywhere together. That one thing that Web3 that I really loved in the Web3 is that we get to have so many artistic minds meeting together, but being introduced into this whole living culture of art and the circle. But I was actually put in as a nominee from Nicholas Hernandez, who is also a famous artist for many, many years. Like he's in his mid 70s, still going strong, but very much a mentor. And to watch that full circle of bringing me in, just seeing that I just worked so hard on just what I love to create and not even realizing, like, I knew I was breaking a few boundaries, but I didn't realize it was like, that notice. And so, yeah, talking with him and stuff has just been absolutely such an honor and so amazing. And there's just honestly, like I said, I'm still reeling a bit. There's so much to it. There's stuff we're going to do while we're over there, connecting me with even the art culture in my own town, because it's actually going to be quite a bit to get all the supplies. I want to do a full representation of art from real life into Web3 and then back into real life again. I want to show people that full circle, not just talk about it. And so getting all of my, that includes bringing the full scenes. I have full interactive scenes, including an electric layer that lights up and a fantasy forest that has a night scene included where like there's glowing jellyfish and all kinds of stuff. So, getting all of that over there is going to actually be,
And
a
when you
bit of
say a
cost.
scene and layers, right? Because there's people that are familiar with NFTs and things like that, and then there's the ones that aren't. But when you're saying
Mhm.
your scenes and layers, these are actual physical scenes and layers, correct?
Yes, actually, I have
Right. I
built
just
the
wanted.
full-on scene. I just, my dragons actually got introduced online in a random way, and people love them so much. I was like, what would be really cool is if I could take pictures of the dragon in his actual layer. So I built layers, and then
That's
I was like,
awesome.
they need a fantasy forest, and so I built fantasy
What
forest.
what kind of what
So.
kind of cannabis were you smoking on while doing this? I mean, I know we're all wondering.
I okay, I will have to say art's always been a part of my life, but getting it recognized and all the inspiration and all the people that it touched inspired me in an entirely different way. And to watching people watch these creations unfold and being able to be a part of that, that's how my community grew. And I just love that whole interaction of they're like, oh, I'm like, oh, I guess what I'm working on. They're like, oh, like, and then doing the reveals and the pictures and stuff and just watching that grow together. I honestly have to say, if it wasn't for my community, there's a lot I wouldn't have done. They inspired me. So, journeying into all the dragons and stuff, we actually have written an entire story on them. I actually developed one of the very first Web3 books with full visual, textual, and audio information. So you could actually experience the dragons coming alive for you. The best way I could kind of explain it is kind of like a Harry Potter book you'd imagine, like watching it just come alive in front of your eyes. Because, like Mike was saying, we are in history right now. And that was like the fourth revolution of books going from scrolls to print. And then, where people used to actually hand draw them and stuff.
Mhm.
Wanted to bring that love and passion and beauty to every single page of the Web3 book adventure again. And in Web3, we can do that. There's so many boundaries. We can just wherever our mind takes us. And that merges naturally with my creativity. I really found myself in the full creativity in creation. I do tons of mixed mediums and I just make it happen. And I love it. Like, I love making the impossible come to life. And it's such a rewarding challenge for me. So that's so sorry. I kind of got off on the dragons a
JYD,
bit, but
JYD right here says
Oh
that
my God.
dragon is fire. So
thank
we
you
know, we
guys.
know the people love them, and then it's going to be the level of access to them and how NFTs are involved, and
Well, and
there's so much more. We're going to get into the depth of Amanda's project and all that here. We do have 3 minutes and counting until 4:20 somewhere, guys. So go ahead and get that ready. We'll get it rolled up. Got a little something special for you if you didn't see it on Wednesday. You will get to see it now. Doc's Drip Factory, aka Skunk Buds, checking in here. Good to see you, man.
Hey,
Thanks for
Buzz.
joining. Kara,
hello, thank you for joining.
Amanda, what was your?
he looks like we're gonna have him internal, but go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, Amanda, what was your book writing process like for you? Like, what was it like for you? Because I've always wanted to write my memoirs, and now we have tools to do that, right? To help us.
Yeah,
Any
I
tools
have
to help you, right?
I do actually have a lot of writing experience, and I was also a compulsive speed reader and would literally read out libraries again and again, which really helped me build the full structure of like the series and stuff. So I literally it's actually kind of crazy because I actually wrote pretty much I basically write the whole the plot out first, so I basically know what's going on, and then filling it in is where the journey is. So I am absolutely addicted to the writing, because writing, it's like you get to read this coming alive for the first time ever, and it's amazing. And so I just figure out their stories and then just go from there. I also definitely am happy to help other people who are having some writing struggles. It's something I really have a lot of experience. I had a lot of training with a master degree English person. She was going to college, and I did all her edits and all of her thesaurus suggestions and stuff. So so I'm
Nice.
always happy to talk writing and creativity and a lot. I love listening to people's ideas and helping them translate it into their version. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
There's a unique way to do it where it's their tone and their feel, so it's not your own. It's like a challenge all on its own.
it really.
So
Absolutely, and that
Yeah,
aspect's just as
Amanda.
difficult as the writing itself, right? So it's like even with AI and like all these intimidations, people, oh, it's going to take these people's jobs, it's going to do this. It can do some things and streamline stuff for the people who do those jobs to do more of those jobs, but to get these artificial book writers, right, to do, you've got to know how to communicate that emotion into something that doesn't have it. Yes, it can do it all for you, but there's still a level of communication.
yeah,
It's really
it
interesting.
can do a basics. So how I was saying doing the plot line and stuff like that. There is there is a recipe to certain plot lines. There's a beginning, a middle, an end. There's adventure here, adventure. There is certain recipes that yes, a computer can design, but the actual adventure itself, they can throw thesaurus stuff in, but the heart behind it and stuff like that is something that we bring to it. And you were asking about the writing and stuff. So when you read, so some people they read, if you do enjoy reading and if you see the world coming to life while you're reading, writing is like the similar thing for me personally, but in reverse. So I'm literally visualizing the dragons in these scenes coming life and the things coming against them. And that's actually how I design them. When I design them, it's with they have an entire backstory, an entire place in their elemental world and things that they do. And all of that is part of their body design.
Absolutely. Well, I'm
For
gonna hold you
example,
there real quick. I think that's a perfect segue. It's 4:20. Light
woo-hoo.
if you got them. We've got a little something special for you. And after we come back, maybe you can go ahead and give us, if you can, expose the backstory to the amazing dragon that's sitting on your shoulder.
Sure.
All right, guys. So get them rolled up, get them ready. We've got some storytelling, and she is a storyteller for sure. So
If you guys want, I can even do a live reading of that first prologue. A lot of people sure enjoy it.
I mean, pardon the French, but fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will get it prepared.
Sweet. Well, you'll have a couple minutes. We'll go ahead and give you your space here. If you guys are just joining in, that was Amanda. She was there with her dragon. I don't know its name. I should know its name, and we're going to find out its name because she's going to educate us all. Little backstory storytelling time, and she's going to actually do a live reading of her book. I can you imagine? This is what's going to happen. This is what she's going to be presenting in Florence, Italy. Like the
This
Florence
is so cool.
Biennale is in Florence, Italy, and I think it's October. It's right before my birthday, so we'll be in Florence, Italy, with all things going the way they're supposed to. And
Yeah, everything goes our way, so it's gonna work out,
yeah,
dude.
well, we've been busting our
Yeah.
ass for it, so we thank all you guys
I mean,
watching, support, and join us and cheer us on, and we see you in all the different realms. If you are on Facebook and that is your basic social media input, if you're wanting to know a lot of the things that we're doing, things like Amanda, Skunk Bud's in here, a bunch of different people, the actions on Twitter. And let me go ahead and get this 420 out of this little announcement. And then when we come back from it, we're going to hear all about Amanda's dragon, the backstory. You guys, I guess we're going to experience the virtual event of the storytelling itself for the prologue, at least. I'm fucking excited. Go ahead and invite some people in. This is, it's not only history in the making of the artists and what they're doing, is we all get to be a part of that. So leverage what's around you because it's here for you guys. Anybody watching, if you're wanting to get in and you do have physical art, we're able to do that. Come find me on Twitter. honeycombhydro.com is the website you can go to. That also has the Florence Biennale. It's the FB23 website. There's a link through honeycombhydro.com. But we're getting artists in. We have roughly 30 days to onboard as many artists that we can and introduce these new amazing artists, their phenomenal art to the world, and change the perspective of the Florence Biennale not accepting digital artists, because in a way right now they are. It just, we worked the system and leveraged what was around us, and fucking honored to be able to do so. Here is a little bit of work from our virtual assistant, hashtag not Snoop, and enjoy.
Hey y'all, happy 420. It is your favorite artificial assistant here, hashtag not Snoop. Thank you for joining us in another MK Potcast with your hosts, Ken Queen Carr and Michael Kamp. I want to personally thank you for being here. We know you could be anywhere else, but you are here. Now that's love. I hope you have some of that sticky icky ooey, because it is time again to light up that doobie, rip that bond, or take a dab be do. Remember that we grow stronger together and that we love to smoke weed every day. Much love, and this public 420 announcement was brought to you by Honeycomb Hydro. Please be advised that the content of the MK Potcast is intended for adults over the age of 21 and is for informational and educational purposes only. The information provided on this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The opinions and statements expressed on this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the producers or affiliates of the MK Potcast. The use, possession, distribution, and cultivation of cannabis is still illegal under federal law and the laws of some states, and that is fucking ridiculous. The MK Potcast does not condone any illegal activity and encourages listeners to abide by all applicable laws. Thank you and have a blessed and lifted day. Peace.
Is a funny. He gets me every fucking time.
Every time, man.
He
He's so
says
good
it's
at
fucking
that.
ridiculous. I can't help. Like, I'm almost in tears because it's so fucking ridiculous.
It's so funny.
Oh,
Like,
we get Sofa King coming out, little fucking Sofa Man. He's the Sofa King, and he's like so fucking
right?
ridiculous.
Oh my God, just wait. Just wait.
What the hell are you smoking on for 420 somewhere? I'm smoking some Jack Hare, aka
What do I
Jack
have
Hare.
here? I got like Do-si-do, I think.
Ooh, that's good. That's the good stuff. I like the Do-si-do.
There's your clouds, guys. Got
It
those
wasn't
clouds
much.
420 somewhere. We in the
This
zone
joint's
now.
almost done though. I'm gonna have to roll another one for our virtual story. This is gonna be awesome. I'm just glad we get to have StreamYard. And it's where we can share that. Here, let me throw this little branding thing up here so we can do our little shout out to StreamYard, because we do really appreciate them supporting in what we are doing. and there are further support in the continuation of what we continue to do. Edutainment, right? Can of Queen, changing lives, fucking moving mountains, building mountains, and whatever the hell really that these that the artists, the capacities of what they want to do are here through Web3. It's just how do you leverage it, and what have you educated yourself on? Oh, we got some poison strawberry here. We don't know who you are, and that's okay. To do that, you got to allow StreamYard to get permissions to go through. I didn't throw a banner in the beginning to tell you, but
yeah.
It's okay. We don't hold anything against you. If anonymity is your thing, you got it right now. Unless you're munchies, and you say what's growing on. So you like this one here? That's totally munchies. So there's little things of psychology we've learned in the past few months. And thank you, Munchie, for being one of the forerunners. She was an early adapter of the growing competition, Botanica.
Yeah.
And now it's turned into a Web3 Cannabis Summit, and man, it's unbelievable what's happening. We get to introduce some amazing artists that are getting into fulfillment of their dream of a lifetime, if they even know about the Biennales. It's not a penalty against them if they don't. And then there's also things like, because the headhunter Nicholas Hernandez, that is on the international selection committee for the Florence Biennale. He's like 22 out of 22 for artists that he's picked so far this year. And because of that, things like needing a master's degree, that's not required, right? Carrie, you got Facebook user unknown.
Hi.
Hi. Now she said, I think it's a question of how high is Hi Kara.
How high am I? Take a guess. Am I high as
Hi Kara question mark, or is it Hi Kara
Kara
exclamation point?
I don't know who it is. Who are you? Tell us who you are.
Tricky.
Is it Glenda?
Did you say it's Glenda?
I don't know. Glenda usually shows up with her. Yeah. Rhythm card. Yeah, I'm trying not to yawn, dudes.
Yeah, we got Amanda there. Getting her stuff together.
Orange. It is Glenda.
Fruity Chronic and La Orange.
My dudes. Oh God. So should I try to
mute myself? My dog's gonna go crazy.
I have some hybrids and some sativas, dude. Should I eat the sativa gummies tonight? Yes.
Yeah, because probability is we're gonna have meetings after this. So yeah, go ahead and eat them.
Man,
you guys can't see this. See this damn logo. Is it still a purple screen? Is that the background still?
It's still a purple screen, yeah.
This sneaky thing. It's still showing me this other screen, so it's like I want to talk about the logos that's on the other screen. Ooh. It seems psychotic because you guys can't see the logos because they're not there. I mean, they're there. They're just not there. All right, JYD's doing some gummies right now too. Nice. Cheers with the gummies. I got to roll another joint. We got Amanda getting her stuff together. So you guys go ahead and shoot some invites out. I'm going to throw a video up. Gives a nice introduction, some sponsors supporting the growing competition, some pretty pictures of some Jawbreaker. You won't hear my dogs barking, going at the sirens because they're having a hell of a time. But let me go ahead and mute this to put the video on and to give time for Amanda to get us back. Huh?
I'm so confused. Kara, I'm going to send you some of mine. Okay, well, yes, please do.
If that's hey, you guys, doggy dogs.
That was Mr. Dandy.
Shh. They're upset with that ambulance.
I'm just seeing Facebook users right now. Like,
fucking, them dogs are upset with that ambulance, Kara. They're so mad at it right now. It's not doing anything. I don't have any gummies. I'm gummyless.
I have a box for you, homie.
But it's not. I'm soon to not be gummyless. That is a much better perspective. Thank you.
Yeah. And we're gonna open it and re-put more things in it, so don't worry.
Oh, those one little gummy caramel chocolate gooey things you were talking
The
about?
the imitation Take 5 bars that we made. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Dale Rook, thank
Yeah,
you for
those are
clearing it
good.
out. Oh, what do we got here? We got a big old hybrids, sativas, and a village in the basement. I like the sound of this basement.
Yeah, so
He has a
Skunk
couch
Lesbian,
dedicated to melting in. That's switch.
I'm there for it. I need the sativa during the show because I tend to like get my second wind with the sativas this time of night. I still have hours to go before I end my day, and the sativas really edible wise help me get going and keep going and function well. So I love a good sativa. Hybrids get me more stoned, and indicas definitely put me to sleep.
Mhm.
So I'm in the zone of effectiveness, and I like it.
I concur
Yeah.
on all of those. You guys are going to go ahead and throw this video. Go check out Jawbreaker, Fruity Pebble OG, one of the strains in the Mocana Cup, a growing competition. We're going to hear more from Amanda getting into the Florence Biennale. She's going to be doing a live display of her art in the story. I believe we're getting the prologue of the first book, is what she said. What does that mean? You got to be here to find out. It's going to be fucking magical. So get some good flour, get some bongs ready, and Carrot
Wait,
Camping.
what?
Did you get nomination of Influencer of the Year? Because Dale Rook voted
Is that
for
what I
it.
just saw there?
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
don't,
Dale.
where was this at?
Yeah, where did that happen? I didn't know that was a thing, that there was awards going on. I'll
Yeah.
take it. I didn't think I was an influencer, but okay. I mean, I do have it in my
Well, Dale,
email
is
that
that
I'm an
through
influencer.
Facebook
I
and all
guess I
that?
do.
You do have an email, don't you?
My
Is
brain
that,
works, I promise. Um, Dale, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you
he's
so
gonna
much.
send the link to me. Sweet. Yeah, he mentioned
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, Karen hasn't said anything about it. I'm like, I wonder if
I
Dale.
haven't seen to
I
this.
mean,
Nobody
Dale's got
told me.
some tasks. Like, how do you roll a 62-pound joint if you don't practice beforehand? And in that, don't you have to
Who,
smoke? So it's
wait,
possible.
who nominated me for that?
I'm like, everyone. I mean, Kara,
Okay, okay,
the real
okay.
question is like, who didn't?
I mean, I don't know who does these things and fucking doesn't tell me about it, and then I find out later, and then I'm surprised, and I'm like,
I may
"That's a
know
good day. That's a good day. I'll take it."
I may know of a person, and then I got another idea of another person. I know one for sure.
I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know, honestly. Like, I'd take some guesses, but like, I have no clue, honestly,
That's awesome.
other than you. So, yeah.
Oops. No, you got a couple others that know the ins and outs of some things that I believe there might have been some influence there.
So my circle of influence is effective.
Um, if you wanted to be nominated for an influencer of the year and have Dale Rook vote for
Vote
you,
for me. Yeah, I think
damn
honestly,
right. Yes.
I'm just really elated right now,
Yeah, we'll
honestly.
find out where he voted, and we'll get
Yeah,
others to
like
vote.
this year I'll take an award for the first time
Sweet.
ever. Like that's a cool thing.
He sent a
So
link to
yeah,
my
that would be
DM.
really cool if you guys want to vote for me. Like,
We
yeah,
got the
post the
link,
links.
Tara. We'll definitely get
Yeah,
it shared
post the
out because
links.
it's
Get
much.
those
You
votes
know,
in.
it's easier to get people to vote for things when you know that you're being voted upon.
Yeah, it is, Mike. That's why I'm like, should we promote people to vote for me? Like, I can influence them to do that. That's something I could do.
Oh, shit.
I'm glad I
All
decided
right.
to eat gummies right before you said that,
Well,
Dale.
that's good.
Like,
And then I'm going to throw this video on here to get our
yeah, let's
sponsors.
get
And
Amanda's back.
nope.
Back.
Amanda's here, so we are going
Yeah.
to go back to that, and that can go at the end, and that is a-okay. So we have. Are you ready? You down there, Amanda? Yeah. All right. Sweet, you guys. So here you go. I'm gonna roll another joint. This is exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna just text my friend and tell her that thing.
You know
So
that you're nominated for Influence of the Year or something like that. We just found out, Amanda, you were gone getting things ready for us, and Canna Queen was informed one of our fans here and followers, and a fellow content creator and advocate and activist for the plant, voted for her to being this nominated influencer of the year. So we just found out, and we're gonna get votes in. So bringing you up on in.
Awesome! Congratulations, Kara. So
Thank
happy
you.
for you.
I had an idea that this was going on behind my back, and they were wait. I used to love watching Big Brother, the show on TV, right? That they have on CBS. Dale, add me, Kara Diggity Lay on Facebook. You guys, I'm gonna get an influx of ad requests now, but it's okay, whatever. I just deleted like 1,000 people to add new people, so it's all good. I needed a new circle of Facebook influence this year. Anyways, the point is, what was I getting at? Yeah, no, there was this girl on one season of Big Brother. I think her name was Kat, and she just kept going, "They're conspiring against me. They're conspiring against me." And I always wonder if people conspire against me, and I think sometimes they do because that's life. But like in this instance, I'm taking like this conspiracy that happened without me. Like it's the most positive thing ever. So like I'm seriously happy to hear about this tonight, guys, on the show. So we could just be here announcing positive energy to the world about Amanda and her dragons. And now, I get to celebrate with you about an accomplishment that we both are achieving, in our lives. So this is awesome for
This
all of
is
us.
history for you too. It's your first of many.
It's a
It's not
really, really cool day.
it's the first of many, your first of many first of many's. And
Yeah, and next week will be even better, dudes. So like we're gonna have, a big weekend, and I've got some meetings set up, and I know Mike probably does, and we'll have more announcements for you guys as we move through this metaverse together. So Amanda, if Mike, are we ready for Amanda? Yeah?
I'm ready. Can we give you big screen? Are you big
Yeah,
screen
let's give
for
a big screen, and then she
We're
has
gonna,
every bit of the
yeah,
spotlight right now.
we're gonna give you the whole screen. Is that good with you? We want to stay on the comfort level, and if you don't like it, I might still do it.
Go for it.
All right, perfect. It gives the best appeal. So you guys, here's Amanda. What's the dragon's name? So I give proper. I feel like an asshole.
This is Zorion. He is an electric dragon.
I don't know. I didn't hear you. Maybe they heard you because Sparky's barking. I'm gonna mute it real quick. And what is it again? His name again?
This is Zorion, and he is an electric dragon.
Sweet. Well, you're gonna tell us what is an electric dragon and what is the different dragons, and please tell us whatever you like and display the dragon and the art and whatever wherever your heart leads you, and we're gonna pull us off and throw you big screens so we can get more of the dragon effect and share that with the viewers. So here we go.
Alrighty, so hello everyone. This is Amanda again from Wild World of Dragons, and this is where, gotta fix my camera. This is where the world of dragons comes to life. So this is Zorion, our electric dragon, and as Mike was asking, the electric dragons, in our world of dragons, for this particular world, there is elemental dragons. Elemental dragons take a dead planet and actually rejuvenate it to full life capability. And that means every single elemental dragon on the planet has a unique purpose. And these purposes are mostly realized through the adolescent phase where they go through, because they do not actually reach their sexual maturity until around their hundreds. So during that journey, they do their elemental creative purpose, and then that in essence creates the entire world and makes it livable for the life there. There's other reasons for all of that, but that's just kind of like a basic rundown. So as you see, my dragons are fully mobile. They are made unique for the live action where they just really come to life on the stage. and really just quite an amazing joy to be a part of the creation. So they do have their full-on layers, which are too big to transport for this. So I will at some point in time get those set up and give you guys some sneak peeks. But speaking of sneak peeks, you may have seen that flash of pink and black. I am actually going to reveal to you guys for the very first time on actual live camera the Queen Electric Dragon, who is actually the largest of all during her adolescent kind of, it's not quite a hibernating phase, but the more natural elemental phase. They actually soar in the upper stratosphere for quite a bit of years, like a good 80 years, which makes them actually the largest of all of the elemental dragons because a lot of that is wing. And as you see, here she is. So the adult females have the pinks and purples, as you see, which is actually, if you look at lightning pictures, there are some that have those tints. And then the, here, I'm going to go from top to bottom. So, all right, look how long she is, guys. So her tail is not fully done. I just put some of her wing flaps on. I always do the claws last because they tend to stick to everything. She will be wired with 3 different strands of lights so that she comes alive. I don't know if you guys noticed that Zorion was also lighting up. So she has around a 38-inch wingspan, and her tail is as long as her actual body. So that right there is my actual queen, and as you see, she still has a fair amount of work to do. So,
that is awesome. So they light up too.
And if you guys have not got the opportunity, I actually made my very first commission for the actual CEO of Pi Protocol. It is a fully mobile phoenix where I actually created a new type of medium so that each feather is actually stiff enough to maintain the feather, as well as flexible, rotational, all kinds of stuff. And I have a unveiling video on that in my Twitter account, which is just my handles at Amanda's Dragons. There is a link tree.
Guys.
Yep, right down there, guys. There's a link tree, and you can see a 2.5-minute video of that phoenix unveil. She actually has 3 phases.
Right here too now, guys.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you, guys. She actually has 3 phases of unveiling, and she is currently living in Austria with her family. So we will expect more stuff from her. Her family actually has a photographer in the family, but she has her beautiful main phase, a phase where her whole entire chest and crest lights up with actual, like a green. She's turquoise, so it lights up more of a green. And then when the lights go out, she has a very spectacular, amazing reaction that happens. So if you want to know what that is, check it out on Linktree. It's my very first video, guys. Would love the support if you guys like it, and let me know what you think, because she's not here anymore and I missed her. So I just got a little piece of her live for you guys.
That is awesome. Now, are you gonna, of all these dragons here and the big one, and are those going to be the ones you're showing at the Florence Biennale?
Yes, so the Florence Biennale definitely wants a new piece that's basically like really for them. So yeah, you guys get like some of the sneak peeks, but I will not actually do a full official unveil until the actual Florence Biennale. That's my new piece. Zorion, of course, will go as well. I have a fire egg that will be there, as well as my goal is to get the entire layer and the forest scene there. I would love to, my dream would be to have both of those stands there. That takes up quite a bit of space. They are approximately 3 feet by 4 feet. They're pretty decent size. And so those would take up the main table, and then the dragons would be able to pose within those, creating really a living action art scene for the people there. And then on the backs where it's flat, instead of just having like cardboard or wood or whatever, I would display the dragons in the actual digital scenes, showing how real art can be transferred. And then I'm actually coming out with very soon here my own line of NFT miniature figurine collectibles. with some of not only my own dragons, but some collaborations that I'm going to be working with as well. And each one will have my own unique, make sure that it's layered and has its own touch so that each one really comes to life. And I would like to bring some of those with, so not only will those teams be represented, but on top of that, it shows that full circle from real life into the metaverse and back to real life, and all the community engagement that circle provides.
No,
So
100%. And I'm excited because I'm going to be there present to document this and create the unlockable content for some of your NFTs, and they can have that presentation of you being there, and and the other artists that we're onboarding in as well. We get to do a simultaneous of a documentation level. And I didn't know if I'm not going to mention it tonight, but I don't know if you've heard you might with talking with Nick, but there's a new opportunity of documentation that's peeked its head that is going to be far more beneficial than you ever thought. Movie star. Oh, what?
Well, I actually have to say that's not the first time I've heard the word. So
okay,
definitely.
Well, there's some things going, and we'll be talking on the back end. It's what we were already talking with the community and recognizing of, like with the phone call we had the other day, and we speak in spaces and the things of what is truly here, what we're on the precipice of, what we're capable of, and where the use of technology can make anything possible. Right?
Yes.
You're one of the few artists that knew of the Florence Biennale, right? And that's what I went on initially of the ones that I brought. You guys knew about it, so that was a little easier. But then these other artists, they're already sending their art in, and there's so much amazing art out there, and the stories that come with it, and it's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And these types of people wouldn't be able to get in there normally, right? Because they don't have the education. And what's education have to do with art? You can learn the specifics within to make it better. And so, but some people, they're just naturally fucking amazing, and you can't teach that in a school.
And when you truly have the desire to learn art, anything can be a learning lesson. I literally recall I could spend hours at a painting. Good painting, bad painting, didn't matter, because if it's a good one, I'm studying why. If it's a bad one, I'm studying why, and it just really, when you love art that much, everything around you that is involving art can become some type of a lesson, and I did not get to have a traditional art training, and I actually think it helped me to be able to think outside of the box, because I learned my own techniques and combined techniques to make things work that normally people would not expect to work. And I think that helped bring it into the challenges of creating the dragons and their scenes and stuff. So I definitely am all for, like, school is great for technique, learning the history, learning styles. There's so many things that the art school is good for, but learning your own passion, connecting with your own stuff. Like, it's also important to understand not to get too strict with school, where that you're afraid to work outside of the box and create something that no one's ever created before, or even tells you that you can't create. My literally pretty much my whole journey, while I had people that did support and say, wow, I can really see your vision and see how amazing that is and how it's amazing it's going to be, I just as much had people say, you can't bring real life into the Web3. You can't make a Web3 book. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. But my journey in Web3 has been about exploring my dragons, exploring, the journey with my community, the story with my community. They've been such a part of it. I was not going to just sit and write it for myself and make them wait forever for me to do it all. That's why I'm rolling it out in the sections, so that they can literally, as I create the Web3 sections, they can literally enjoy that rollout as they have the entire time, which is everything we do, we've done together. And it really has been just an amazing journey. I'm so honored to be a part of. And, I love hearing what people love individually about the dragons, which ones they love. We've been through some drama, and I do not believe Zorion would be here, or I would be here, without the community. My fire dragons were actually stolen from my house. My actual first fire sculptures ever. And so that's why, excuse me, the Web3 book is actually animated with stills, which I actually love because it showed any community, even if they did not have 3D action, that they were able to still make a book come to life. So I love that it actually came from the stills. We used everything that seemed to come against us. We folded it right back into the project to just make it stronger and grow together even more. When I lost the dragons, my community was just so like there for me and just still missed them so much. You know, I started sharing some, but I don't like staring at the same pictures so many times, you know? And so in creating him, it actually, and working with the community, it actually really healed me through that loss and got me into the story. The fire dragons disappearing is actually part of the story, and you guys will see this through the journey. I would love next time if I can actually set it up like through a Google slide, so I can send you guys the book on slides, and people could actually see them as we're reading them. So I am actually on my phone, so I cannot screen share. Otherwise, I definitely would. But that would be a lot of fun. I could, if you guys wanted, I could maybe try to sign in on my computer and screen share the book so you guys see it while I'm reading it.
If you'd like to do that, we could do that. We could. We got about 7 more minutes left. We could set that up for the update coming here. Pull you in here next week.
That's totally fine.
Latest.
Yeah.
Well, we could also come through and share that in like a metaverse surrounding as well, and then play it and stream it through there.
With our time limit, do you guys want to hear the reading? It is about an 8-minute reading, so like we can do.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, so I'm just gonna be like staring at the screen. So you guys just want to watch Zorion, or do you want me to just
No, we want you to make a move and act to it and all that while you read it.
How about I read it and try not to lose my place? How's that sound?
That sounds great. Quick question here from the comments. JYD757. He's a Draco Leopard. He followed you on Twitter and he says, "Did your team do any 2D or 3D anime?"
That is an excellent question. So I actually basically brought the project as far as I could by myself, and I am now jumping into working with a digital creator. So I'm actually setting it up to roll it out in sections because I want everybody from every level to be able to get a part of the Wild World of Dragons. This being said, my first launch was my OG collection, which literally has 100 one of one, so everything but the text and audio information is the same, but the backgrounds, the reels, the dragons on the side that move, all of that is different for all 100 books that are actually minted on the blockchain in my first drop. So there's 100 of those, and then the out of the 500 pieces, 400 are collectible cards, and with those cards, people actually get access to income from the next drop, which is our fun, more collectible series. So this is where the 3D dragons apply. So I wasn't just going off track here. So we are going to be launching 3,000 3D fire dragons. 2,000 of them will be in the males and 1,000 will be in the females. And all of them will have unique different skins, different traits, all kinds of stuff with different levels of rarity. The immediate benefit of having the 3D dragon is the fact that you can use it in virtual reality, augmented reality. You can pop it into a metaverse. It's all going to be done in a Blender studio, so it's easily transferable to anybody who wants to use their 3D dragon for any of that action. So, and then a part of those proceeds will actually go back to some of those 400 card holders from the OG collection. So, well, there's not actually 400 left, but whatever's left in those, whoever holds those will actually get some of the proceeds from the 3,000 dragons. And we will be dropping those dragons, which in actual, like approximately, I haven't got the numbers quite straight yet, guys, because I'm literally working on this with my digital editor, but we'll be dropping them approximately like 10 every 2 weeks. So it'll be like limited edition drops so that you actually get to have the dragons as they come out. And so that way it really you get your unique dragons and nobody else does until the next drop. So, I mean, how great is that? And if you have some of the OG dragons, you get some of those proceeds back and get to have these digital dragons. Those dragons, all of the dragons that come in any of the NFTs will have additional all kinds of rewards built into them, ways that you can even collect up to the point of getting your own actual real miniature dragon of your very own is built within the collection. So anywhere from discounts on whitelist, discounts on, we are setting up our actual, products page where you can get some unique NFTs that we saved for the site, and you can actually get them on, stuff to wear, or, if you love coffee, your coffee mug, stuff like that. We are actually getting that set up. And so, yes, we are working with the 3D artist, and I'm very, very incredibly excited. We have a lot coming up with Wild World of Dragons, with those 3D, with the NFT sculptures. We will also be having some special things coming out with them. So it's just, I'm really excited, and I'm actually really excited that we are to the point where I really need that whole team to keep going forward, and we're, ready for that. So very excited. And I still am always open for collaborations and networking, guys. I'm just to the point of really branching out. So I really spent a lot of time building a really strong foundation for the brand and in the community and all that. So feel free to contact me. Oh, that was something I wanted to mention, is that if anybody wants to see a sample of the book, feel free to hit me a DM on YouTube, on Twitter, and just say, hey, I'd love a sample. And Twitter allows me to send like one full page and you can actually see it come to life in front of your eyes. So shall I do a reading at this point, or where are we?
Yeah, do you have on YouTube? Because I can share anything from any of your handles if this is something that's on the public, if you want. If not, by all means, share right here.
This is for purchase. So I have in 2 levels. So if anybody, we actually still have it on our holiday discount on my website, which is just thewildworldofdragons.org, which you can see at the bottom. It's actually only $15 for the entire experience, which is 13 and a half minutes of this fully animated book with unique dragon reels that make it all come to life. And then we also have the NFT collectible ones. Those will be historic. They will be the very first Web3 books in all of Wild World of Dragons, which is going somewhere. Like everybody just knows that. Like it's just growing properly and healthily. It's
they only have an international title and an art group that. Can you leverage that?
Well, actually, I am a big believer that blessings are meant to be shared. And that is why I wanted to be able to use my unique art skills to create limited edition collections for my any NFT collaborations that I work with, so that you can actually say you have an artist of that level working on the sculptures for you, and it's true, because I actually will be making sure each one is up to the high quality standards that we expect in the NFT world, and because I understand our world, and that's what I feel so honored to be one of the very first artists to be able to balance both real world and NFTs in this unique way. It's just been amazing.
No, it's awesome. Yeah, please, by all means, do a reading, and we'll be entertained.
Alrighty. But don't make me big screen for this, because otherwise they're just gonna stare at the side of my forehead the whole time.
I was thinking what I could do, and I could pull up her page and throw her side by side, and we're just gonna sit like this, all comfortable, and then check out the dragon on the shoulder while you read us. So you're reading us the prologue?
Yes, sir. I sure am. I'm going to give you guys a super quick view, just real quick, of, I don't know, I can't see. Can you guys see on my computer?
Yeah, a little
bit. The dragon story? Sorry, guys. I tried.
We'll see.
We'll have to do it the proper way sometime. But like I said, everybody is welcome to ask me for a sample. I will definitely send that sample to, anyone on one page, so you can experience it for yourself. But without further ado, shall we journey into the fire realm, my friends?
Absolutely.
Alrighty. It was a dark and stormy morning. Steaming streams of smoke from the burned rocky lava flows filled the air. In other words, a perfect day in Fire Dragon Land. Amongst the smoking spires of the mountainous range, atop the tallest peak, surveying his mighty kingdom, sat Fire Dragon King Alterion. Proudly gazing through the heat-blurred visage, Alterion looked forward to another glorious day in his beloved home. Within the depths of their mountainous home lay his most priceless treasure, his family. He knew his mate, the beautiful Queen Shiana, would be deep below, swimming within the depths of their mountain lair, doing what she loved, contouring the rich magma flows to form the mineral-rich walls of their mountain lair, giving her full concentration to contour each part with delicate care, each mineral lighting a different color to create a warm, rich glow inside the caverns themselves. She was currently working on her most delicate and beloved of tasks, the precious individual tubes she had created just for the growing egg. She would often spend hours watching the flickering flame of her egg as it lay atop the perfectly created warm nest. The egg was large and full, with shadows and flickers of red through the flames. She would be hatching soon. Alterion decided to join his beloved below. He drifted lower, keeping his eyes on the lookout for her. He could feel her close by. Landing on the lava-warmed ground, he waited for her to surface. His patience was soon rewarded. The smooth flow of the lava stream on the furthest side of the nesting layer began to bubble and brew. From within its molten depths arose his true love, igniting the very air around her and dripping with golden molten lava. She was a glorious sight to see. Even in their heated world, steam rose from her flaming scales and spines. She gave him a loving glance before returning to her task at hand. Using her powerful claws and tail ridges, she grasped the heated rock wall before her, gently pulling it deeper into her in its new form, widening the cave within. So lost in the muse of her creation, she barely noticed Alterion come over to inspect her recent work. Shiana gave Alterion a brief shoulder snuggle when he gave her a nudge, and was right back to her fascination with the nesting layer. He decided to leave her to the fascinations of her creation. They were beyond him. He would take flight and check the ranges of their domain. This he knew well. With her eggs so close to hatching, Shiana would not be leaving the nest any time soon. He would feed himself and bring food back to his preoccupied love. Shiana barely noticed her beloved taking his leave. She knew he would not yet understand her drive to finish these last critical touches to the nesting cavern. She dove in and under the tubes, warming the nest, adjusting the walls and foundation for the perfect fit. Once she finally felt it was all done to perfection, Shiana took one final look from all sides. It was perfect. She carefully wound her leaf frame into the layer, wrapping herself delicately around the growing egg, and resting against the now enlarging back wall. She would take a brief break from all her furious creations to restore her strength and prepare her for the next step. Shiana was awoken by deep and familiar pangs of pain. It was nearly time. She took deep breaths, carefully positioning herself deeper in the cavern. Cautious not to disturb the delicate egg behind her, Shiana turned and pushed, giving in to the driving urge her body demanded. After several grueling contractions and pushes, at last her achievement was done. Exhausted but delighted, Shiana turned to gently nuzzle the tiny flicker of her newly formed egg, catching her breath at the beauty of what she had just created. She ever so delicately nudged her egg into the slight depression she had created, just for this, lovingly tucking the softened flooring around the egg to secure it and warm it for further growth. Task in here complete, she writhed her way delicately out of the hatching layer, resting, in exhaustion, just outside the entrance, to watch over both her precious brood and for her beloved to bring her much-needed food. He should be arriving soon. He was all that she could ever want for a mate and would always have her food home by the usual feeding time. Drifting off for a time, she was again woken from her slumber. This time the pains she felt were hunger. What had awoken her, however, was the sound of her love's wing beats and the feeling of her coming closer. Rested, hungry, and ready to share her wonderful creation with him, Shiana quickly jumped up and into the air. The air began to vibrate, so palatable was their excitement. She could see him dropping down with food and claw. As he dropped closer, her excitement turned to confusion. Behind him, way above in the clouds, a darkness with flashes of light suddenly flared. At first thought, she wanted to dismiss it, as the air dragons way up in the clouds in their mating displays. That thought, however, just didn't sit right. She hovered, unsure of whether to meet her mate or go back to her vulnerable eggs. The flashes of darkness and light did not stop. They continued to get deeper and closer to her, all at the same time. Her confusion quickly turned to fear as this unknown thing continued to grow as quickly as it appeared. Streaks of color formed in the depths of the flashing darkness and light. Shiana tried to scream a warning to her beloved dropping from above, unaware of the darkness and crashing light, crashing into the world right behind him. But her scream was lost in a boom louder than any thunder that rocked her to her soul. Fear jumped into horror as she heard Altarian's powerful roars of fury, then screech of terror. Pain? All she could think to do was to drop to the ground, trying to reach her precious babies to protect them with her life if necessary. Once there, she turned to face the unknown adversary that was attacking her world. Altarian was nowhere to be seen. She screamed her fury at the flashing darkness and light, her voice again lost in a soul-shattering boom. The flashes of darkness and light crashed fully down on her. As the icy coldness of the darkness surrounded her, Shiana lit her flame with all the strength of her soul. Briefly clashing with the swirling colors and darkness, her light and power didn't stop it for even a moment. Surrounding her and crushing her in its icy depths, the swirling colors twisted and stretched within the darkness, pulling at every fiber of her being. With one last defiant roar, she was completely swallowed into the twisting, swirling darkness and light. Where have the fire dragons gone? What will happen to our little fire egg? Stay tuned to our chapters to find out what happens. our next section of our Wild World of Dragons Web3 adventures.
That was awesome.
Your voice, Amanda, took me back to when I was a kid, or when we were kids rather, because we're all probably around the same age here. I just had a birthday on Monday and turned 38. I don't know about you guys, but I do know about Mike. Anyways, point being, there was this thing I had, and it was a toy clock that you could put cassette tapes into, and it was like grandfather time clock, and he would read you fables and stories in such an epic voice, and the voices would change with each tape you would put in, but it would always be the same voice, and you would just make such beautiful tapes like you have. I'm assuming you read your own books in whatever videos are out there for them.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
And
so oh
the Web3 book comes with ambiance too. So you guys just got the full live reading. So it's
yeah.
perfected. So I don't have the mistakes. And there is music to create that ambiance. You get to see the dragons come to life randomly. It really is an experience. So if you haven't got to experience a Web3 book, either go to my website. It's only $15 right now, guys. I cut it literally in half for the holidays because I want everyone to be able to experience the Web3 books. Or if you want the collectible version, there's only 100 of those first ones. Those are available. It's a 0.11 for minting those. So it is definitely something. I mean, for a collectible, that's actually quite a low price, and I expect it to go up, as we continue to grow. So I definitely wanted to give my best to everyone who's been here with me from the beginning and just really gets to be a part of this journey with me.
And I was going to say it, but JYD right here said, thank you. That was and
my pleasure.
we've got a big story going on here. All these things started in Twitter Spaces, and it started well before that in each of our own lives. And we're going to get into the depths of those things, and we're going to get to learn about, that story. The words itself, you wrote them, and getting to know, the real Amanda, and what part of Amanda is in that story. The question
that was written for the fire dragons disappearing, guys. Like the fire dragons were actually stolen, and we don't know what happened yet. So
it's amazing to get into those things, and then I've had a conversation because I too have a dragon, at least in my NFT project, is the leader of the farming, who is a fire dragon. So the connections of things are so fun to just start opening up these doors at that right proper time, and now get to align it into this new realm of, it's a spot in history that's just the opportunities for recognition of just artists, period, right?
And the collaboration. So in Real World for Artists, it was a very solo or very limited collaborative opportunities. In Web3, so I see it as, so I kind of have like a math and science mind as well as English art. And so I do see that like in the science world and in engineering and stuff, building on each other's gifts and wisdoms and working together to build something better than one person can really do is something that's totally accepted in those areas. But for art, we're supposed to do it all on our own oftentimes. And in Web3, this gives us an opportunity to change that. In fact, in Web3, it's so amazing. It's so big. There's so much new technology. Really, the best projects do have an amazing team of people who want to be in Web3 and do their part. So like not every person is going to be able to make dragons, but I'm not super great at doing a lot of technical stuff. So it takes all of us in Web3, and I actually love that. And that's why, as I was saying, I focused on building a foundation that's going to incorporate all of that so every person can shine in their own gifts and their own talents. For example, my 3D artist is going to be working on the dragons. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I'm trying to learn Blender. So I did not want to try to bring out 3D dragons on my 2 weeks of crash course learning. So I would much rather give that to somebody who is that's their gift, that's their art talent, and we give our entire community something that is a better quality. And I can focus on the sculptures, I can focus on being out there for the Biennale. I'm going to actually, so that was the kind of exciting news that I was saying. I actually connected today with the Washington State Art Commission, and I have a call into the Spokane Art Commission, where is the town I'm actually from. And so this is actually a pretty good honor for all of us. And there's quite a few art things coming up in these next months and weeks. And so it gives me an opportunity to actually engage with the art culture around here and get them not only involved in the project of Biennale, but start introducing more people into the NFT opportunities of their art and bringing, more into that. So my goal always, everywhere where I go and what I do, is to really, bring it back to our home of the metaverse, because we all know that the more we bring into it, the more we all grow, the more we all connect, the more it becomes more comfortable for everyone. And it's just an amazing thing. And then the more we have awesome people out there. So win, win, win is how I see it.
Sorry, I was muted. I was getting a video ready, but if I'd have kicked it, it would have played. But I thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to bringing you back here, getting to hear more about the story of you as an artist, the progression as this goes on, and it's gonna be real fun when we get the big collective in here. StreamYard, we can only have 12 people, I think, but I'd say here in a week or two, we'll at least have a list of individuals that are in. So how long did it take you to hear about? It took about, what, a week for you to get finalized, or how long?
It was so we've literally turned the application, I think, in on Sunday, and I think by Tuesday or Wednesday I had my official answer. Or did we do it Monday? It was only a couple days.
I wanted to emphasize
When
on
Nick, with Nick, because I don't want to discourage anyone. If you do not have, if you do not have the opportunity to have Nick back that up, then, still definitely apply. It can take longer, but, I really was incredibly blessed to have him, recommend me. And because he has a privileged position in there, he literally actually talked to Giovanni about my project and got him to go look at my Phoenix and stuff. And
like, it's,
he had to talk it, like, it was just
really
so much.
leverages your network is what your worth is your net worth. So, like, people don't understand the capacity of people that do give a shit are there. And, it's amazing in this web world or Web3 world of how much the collaboration, and of cannabis, of course, we've been bound together. So it's just it's a really fun, interesting time to watch the world change and make the impact as we go along for a better future. So
it really is. And we really are honored to be able to be setting a foundation and a standard out there for all of the people and artists that come after us, and showing them that there's ways that have never been thought of before, because all this is new to all of us. So really, if you imagine it, try it. You don't know. Like I said, people told me, no, I can't do that. And no, I couldn't do my book. And here we are going to, it's like doing what you feel drawn to do. If you feel drawn to do it because it's for a reason. You have people out there that need your art to touch them. And, that's what I feel like doing our very best every day really allows that.
100%. Well, thank you again for joining. We'll have you back here soon. Thank you guys all for watching and listening and joining us here tonight. Ken and Queen, do you have any words for the way out on the evening? And I'll throw the video
Yeah, I
on.
do. I just wanted to circle back to the whole influencer of the year thing for a second. We found out that's a different can of Queen. So it's actually it's a not just queens as well. So, definitely put your vote in for who you think is best, obviously. But I'm a little bummed out it wasn't me.
Yeah.
A little bummy, but
Well,
honestly just
we'll
keep
have
moving in
to
life and doing what I do. I'm
plan for next year.
Exactly. That's exactly as well as Happy 420, guys.
So later this
Happy
year.
420.
Yeah, there's other places that do these. Happy 420, guys. We got to smoke it up. I don't know where my thing went, so I'm not going to smoke, but I'm high already off those edibles. So I do have to get out of here, guys. I can go pick up my man from his job. So I'm gonna bounce. But Mike, I'll talk to you obviously. Amanda, you're wonderful. I loved hearing your story tonight and connecting with you again. And just I should mention this, right? I don't know if it's my card because I have some serious like fraud situations going on. They're declining every small and large transaction right now. And I tried to buy your book just now and it got declined like 6 times. So I do apologize. I'm not able to support it this time.
No
But I
problem.
really want it. And I'm like, I've been wanting this for weeks and like, I'm like a little bummy
You
on
know
a few
what?
levels right now.
I'll help. Let me know. I'll help you out. I'll get
Okay.
it and send it to you and stuff. So
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
have to
I
like have
really
your
just
email
want to
address.
like experience that again when I'm in a different place and
It's
just
a
my full experience at night, honestly, when I'm ready to lay down and wind down. I
yeah
think it would really be a
yeah.
beautiful time for me. So
That's
thank you
I
so
hear a
much.
lot of people enjoy that. Like, and I actually had a friend that just would put it on repeat, so it like play for
Yeah,
like
I really
45
just thought
minutes.
that would be enjoyable. And I want to say thank you again for that offer sent to me. So thank you. You're such a wonderful person, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm
Thank
happy
you.
to help you in any way that I can. So
Well,
I'm gonna
and
leave,
me
guys.
too, guys. This is all together. So if I can help in any way, please let me know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for
For
joining.
sure.
Hannah Queen, drive safe.
Stay blessed. All right, guys.
All right, and I'm going to throw this video on to thank our sponsors. You guys want to check out some Jawbreaker, which is the dragon of the Honeycomb Hydro Heroes and the hero packs. You can see the logo and then the flower in the video. So the music on there is an artist here in Missouri, the name of Chills, but it'll tell you all that, where you can find them. And thank you again for joining. We are live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Central Standard. And we're going to be bringing you a lot more artists, a lot more news, and some amazing opportunities of involvement, engagement, and expanding your mind through the capabilities of Web3. So you guys all stay blessed. Much love. And remember, we do grow stronger together. And
Bye, guys. Thanks so much, Mike and Cara.
absolutely. Thank you again for joining. And it might keep us up there. Let's see. Hey there, Camp fam. Thanks for joining another episode of MK Potcast. I'm your host, Michael Kamp, and today we are going to be showcasing Jawbreaker. So Jawbreaker is one of the strains that can be grown in Mocana Cup. If you haven't heard about Mocana Cup, it is a digital growing competition. Registration to become a Canna contender in Mocana Cup closes in 2 weeks. Also, you can find out all. If you guys, this is the first time you're watching it, the Canna Contenders has been closed. We're in like week 4 of Flower, but you can check that out at mocanacup.com, honeycombhydro.com/mocanacup. We'll get you familiarized with the Web3 Cannabis Summit and some things that we're doing. As soon as we get some amazing details finalized, we will be letting you know what's going on there. And you'll be able to come with us to the 420 event at this facility as well, and lots of amazing updates. So stay tuned. Much love. Thanks for joining. Here's the rest of the video. Kinds of information about it at www.mocanacup.com. And this video is going to, like I said, showcase Jawbreaker, which is one of Honeycomb Hydro LLC's featured genetics. And it is Lineage's Fruity Pebble OG. So the music you're going to be listening to is from my man Chills. He's an artist from St. Louis. The song we're going to be listening to is called No Regrets. And you can find him on most of your music platforms and Instagram, all that good stuff. Chills HQ, that's CHILLZ HQ. And you can go listen to some of his other music. I wanted to give a shout out to our great sponsors. None of this would be possible without them. We've got Fishhead Farms. A lot of you know them as Fish Shit. NJ Arsenal, Grove Bags, Newt Tools, A of Africa, Hero Packs, Michael Kamp, Suede Soul, Abigail TV, Abigail University, the ABA in general, Kindway Farms, Kindway Consulting. I know you're going to enjoy the music and the footage, so let's get down to it and see what Jawbreaker's all about.
The biggest poison in us is regret.
I blow on the best, I roll on the best. When you roll with us, you roll with the best. We got them like Lord, they calling us blessed. Came up from a slave, I put them chains on my neck. We started the wave, we showed you the way. We opened the gates, we gave you the place. Now on to the next, let's run up a check. If you gonna do it, gotta do it to death. Got my name in the press, now niggas is pressed. I put in the work, oh how they forget. My life was a mess, deserving the flex. Got one life to live, can't live with regrets.
Are you doing the things that are putting you in a position to succeed? Not just in the business world, but in life. Stop complaining. Nobody's listening. They may pretend they're listening.
Fuck playing it safe, I live life to the fullest. Gon' go out a legend, got the pictures to prove it. Used to trap out the Buick, put that back in the music. Flipped it in royalty checks, now we gotta move it. Check my year to date, how much did I make? Take half of the growth, put that in the bank. 3 shows in a month, what was the take? I book them myself, the fuck should I wait? Bitch, get the fuck out my face. Not hearing what you trying to say. Can't kick it, you ain't trying to pay. Not coming, I can't smoke a J. The house used to smell like a barn.